So now we are going to learn how to create the shortcut. So creating a shortcut will be followed by these steps. So what's the action to be taken? First thing is we are going to right click on the desired file or folder. Okay, so we'll be reaching to that file or folder for which you want to create a shortcut. After that, you could see the option send to. So you'll be choosing this send to from this context menu. This menu which comes is called context menu. And after that, you can select desktop. So it's written desktop create shortcut. This is the submenu, children, and this submenu comes from this context menu, and from this context menu is actually coming when you are clicking right on the desired folder. Okay, so remember, click right on the desired folder, you'll get a context menu. On the context menu, you will find send to option. Then again another window will open. This is called submenu window, and on this submenu window you will find desktop create shortcut folder. Okay, once you click on this create shortcut, your shortcut for a particular file inside any folder it may be, it is created, and that makes you very comfortable for opening the file. So next time when you just click on that shortcut on the desktop, your file opens, right? Then we have another very important feature of Windows 10, that is selecting all files. I'll tell you what is the purpose of selecting all files. That's very important. Suppose you have certain files, you have to just collect them all together and transfer it inside one folder. Or you have some files inside a folder, you want to transfer or copy, make a duplicate copy in another folder. So there could be so many reasons for selecting all the files. For that, what we'll do, there is a folder, you'll open the folder which you want to select. The files of that particular folder has to be selected. So just click on that folder, the folder will open, and then you have a shortcut key, Control plus A. What do you mean by Control plus A? You'll press a control button on your keyboard, you'll keep it pressing, and then you press on alphabet A on the keyboard. So all the files in that particular folder are going to get highlighted. Like you could see, these are all highlighted files. Okay, some light gray color or sort of light blue color will be there. That means all the files are selected. Okay, this is the first way to open. Second way to open is, once you open the folder, then you go to the home tab. This is the home tab, and in the home tab you could see the option select all, right? So when you click on this select all button, so all the files, like here you could see the folder name is chapter number 9, and there are these all 17 files. So immediately when you click on select all the files of this folder get selected, right? Great. Now we move to next very important feature, that's called dragging and selecting multiple files. So this is another way when you want to select all the files of particular location or particular folder. So what we do is, you have to click and drag the mouse around the files or around the folders when you want to select all the files. So I'll just tell you the entire procedure. Just click and hold your left mouse button. Just keep clicking it, and then you bring it to the file or the folder from where you want to begin your selection. And then start dragging the mouse over the icons on the right side, on the bottom, or on the left direction. Don't leave the button of the mouse and keep dragging it. So once you drag it, like here you might have seen, I just clicked here and I dragged the mouse here. So we could select these 6 files and it's written on the top, 6 files are selected. Okay, so this is another way where you don't need to select all the files, but you want to select certain files which are there in the sequence, one after another, which could be done by dragging the mouse button. Okay, so now we move further and we are going to learn another feature, which is selecting multiple files without dragging the mouse. That means now you are selecting multiple files, but you are not dragging the mouse. So for that, what will you do? We'll first click on the first file from where you have to start your selecting, right? So click on the first file and then press and hold shift key. There's a shift key on your keyboard. Just click on that shift key, right children? And then while holding down the shift key, that means you are not going to leave the shift key, just click on the last file. So here you are not dragging the mouse, remember, just click on the shift key once you have selected the first file, and then you reach the last file which has to be selected. So from the starting till that particular location, all the files will be selected in one go, right? Quite interesting feature, isn't it? Good. And now we come to third feature where you are going to select again multiple files, but children, these files are not grouped together. Not grouped together means what? One file is here, another is here. So they are existing randomly, but yes, you have to pick them up and you have to copy it somewhere, or you have to just move them somewhere. So for that, we use this feature, selecting multiple files which are not grouped together, which are not in the sequence. Okay, so let's see how to do it. While holding down the control key, you will just press the control key of your keyboard. Just click each of the files that you want to select. Keep pressing the control key, go to that particular file and click on those files. So these files are existing randomly, but yes, their color will change and they will get selected. And then whatever you want to do with those files, you want to delete them, you want to move them, you want to copy them, whatever work has to be done, you will do it. Good, very nice feature, isn't it? Yes. Now, sometimes it happens you find the file is not useful, it is like its job is over and you don't want it in the future use. So in that case, it's just occupying useless memory in the computer. Like you have certain things in the house, you feel now they are of no use, you give it to someone, you remove it from the house basically. So same thing has to be done in the hard disk as well, children. So for that particular work, we use a term deleting the file or even the folders. Okay. So we delete the file. For that, what we do, first we select the file or the folder which you want to delete. And then there is a delete key on the keyboard. Very simple. Just select the files which you want to delete and press a delete key. The files will be deleted and they will go to recycle bin. We'll be learning about it later. Okay. So another way to do it is just select the file or the folder which you want to delete and just then click right button. So you will get this drop down window. In this drop down window, you could see there are options, and from the bottom we could see the third button, that is delete button. So just this window is also called context menu. Okay. So in this context menu, you could see the delete button. Just click on the delete button. Whatever files or folders you have selected, they will just get deleted from the computer memory. Okay. Till here, any doubt? So keep trying them. Remember, if you are not trying them, you'll forget them. So whatever you learn here in the class, just turn on your system and try them doing once or twice so that you become comfortable. Okay. And now we have another very important feature, that is moving a file from one location to another. So I'll first tell you what is the meaning of moving a file. Say you have some files existing in folder 1. Now you randomly require those files to be shifted to folder 2. So that is like removing it from that place and moving it to new place. Okay. Now for that you have an option that's called moving file. It could be file, it could be folder as well, children. So moving file or folder from one location to another. So to move a file or folder from one location to another, the first thing you have to do is you have to select that file, or it could be one file, it could be more files. It could be one folder, it could be more than one folders as well. So just select the files or the folders which you need to move. Then you right click on the selected files, and when you right click you get this context menu. On this context menu you get the option of cut. This is cut option, right? You just click on the cut option, this one, and then here you get another window where you could see the button which is paste. So you'll be reaching the new location where those files are to be placed, where they have to be pasted. After cutting it, go to that particular folder where they are to be pasted, open that folder, and then again go to this menu and click on paste. So it is going to move the files from the previous location to the new location. Got it? Great. And then we have another important feature of Windows 10, that is called copying the file from one location. So always remember, moving a file and copying a file are two different things. When you are moving a file from one location to another location, like from one folder to another folder, what's going to happen is that it is going to leave the original place from where it is moved to a new place. Like suppose you are moving your sofa from one place to another, it will leave the original place and it will reach the new place. Yes, but when you are copying, you are making a duplicate copy of it. So it will exist in the original place as well, and it will make a copy of it at a new place. Like suppose you have your book, there is some paragraph written in the book, and what you do is you are writing that paragraph, you are copying that paragraph in your notebook. So it remains in the book as well, but it comes in your notebook also. So that is called copying. That's not moving. Moving means leaving the old place and coming at the new place. That's moving. Okay. So how to do it? First you open the file which you want to copy, and then you click on the right click of the selected files. Then again you get the context menu, and then you select copy button. So earlier we were clicking on cut button, you remember? We were cutting it when you were moving it. Here we will not click on cut button. Here we are going to click on copy button, because we are this time making a duplicate copy of that particular document, that particular file, that particular folder. And then you open the folder where you want to copy it. Again right click and then click on the paste option. So it will be pasted to a new position. Okay. So paste remains same, but your cut and copy create the difference. Right. Now moving further, children, we talk about the title bar buttons which exist in Windows 10. So on the top left corner of the screen, you could see these buttons, right? And these are called your control buttons. These buttons exist on the upper right corner of the title bar. Okay, so this is the screen. on the top right corner of the screen, you could see something like this. Okay, now what is it? These are the buttons. First button is a small line. This indicates minimize button. Okay. Then we have the second button, which is maximize, the complete window sort of button. And the third one is cross. This shows the close button. And sometimes the maximize window is there and sometimes restore button is there. So I'll be telling you in detail about these buttons. The minimize is the icon which will just shrink your window and it will be just visible on the taskbar, but it is not actually opened on the screen. That is done by minimize button. Now, when you talk about maximize, so what will happen? The entire screen will be occupied when you click on maximize button. So, it is used to restore the size of the window to the maximum size of your entire screen. Now, when it is maximized and you want to shrink it, make it smaller, not bringing it to minimized, invisible, only visible on the taskbar, but making it little smaller on the desktop. So, in that case, we are clicking on the restore down button. Okay. So, either maximize, if it is maximized, you could see the restore button on the top right corner, and if it is restored, you could see the maximize button on the screen. Okay. So, either of these will be visible. Remember this. And when you talk about close, so it will just close the window, and next time when you want to open it, it will not be coming from the taskbar, but you need to actually go to that path folder to open that particular file on which you are working, right? And then before we say goodbye, yes, of course, we will first quickly recall what we have learned so far. So children, we have learned that Windows 10 is a graphical user interface application. It is an operating system which completely works on graphics. That means you click on the buttons and your work is done. And then there exists a file explorer, which is one of the very important file management application provided by Windows 10, which help you to manage your entire files on the computer system. And then we have a navigation pane. It gives you access to the documents, to the pictures, to the storage devices, that which particular storage device, what file, which folder, whatever you click, that particular window pops up and makes your bring you at ease to work. And what is title bar? Title bar is the bar which is located at the top of the window, and it has maximize, minimize, close and restore option. Yes, I think the concepts are clear to you, and bye-bye for today. We'll meet again in the next class. Happy learning!